Good day, gentlemen. Welcome to the Empress Club. Thank you for joining me. This is your humble vassal, Professor J. Ma. We are on Chapter 8, the Divine Frequency. Before we go on, I have to apologize for being so abrupt in Chapter 7. But you must understand, there's nothing to be said. There's no other way to end it other than the way it was ended. No more needs to be said. Excuse me. Like a teacher of mine, and I don't know, for some reason the topic of friendship came about, and she said, "All right, let's cut it short. Let's say you happen to have $1 million. Who would you trust to hold it until you can secure it? You cannot secure it, but yourself. But you needed someone to hold it for whatever reason. I can't remember. But the thing is, I couldn't secure it myself, but I couldn't keep it on me. Who would I trust with it? The circle. People I thought I could trust got tighter and tighter every second. All I'm saying is this. When that circle draw tight based on judgment, make sure your name is in that circle. That's all. Conduct yourself in such a way that your name is in that circle after that person weed out everybody who they grin and skin with. Make sure your name is at the top of the list. Or the only name on the list. Now, to the divine frequency. Excuse me. Believe it or not, I have to thank Oprah for this. Yes. Oprah introduced me to this, and I'll explain the story. I can't remember how it went, if it was her magazine or a show. Chances are magazine. I may have been in a dentist's office. The only thing left to read, magazine to read, was Oprah. And Oprah said something so brilliant that human beings are on different levels, on different frequencies. And she said, you cannot expect a soul that incarnate on the physical plane in third grade to be at the same level as a soul that incarnate on the physical plane in 10th grade, at the 10th grade level. And I was like, that makes sense. Yes. So I learned another thing about myself, that as an A, forgiveness ain't my thing. And as an Aries, I forgive after I get even. So thanks to Oprah, I was able to forgive. So when I meet people, I don't expect people to be on my level. I ascertain what frequency they're on. Is this person in third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade? People are on different frequencies. Linda Goldman had said that. So this is why she was saying she was against, well, I don't know if she said it, but I guess it was implied. You shouldn't be promiscuous. Because your frequency and the other person's frequency, when they match, they attract that frequency, that spirit that vibrates on that frequency to host in that child. I remember a friend of mine I met in college, and she was saying that she wants her children to be conceived in love. Huh? Never heard that before. I said, what does that mean? So she wants all her children conceived in love. When I read Linda Goldman's book, when she was saying that the frequency of the parents determines the frequency of the spirit and energy that they attract that enters their child. And then she was saying a love child has been tainted, but a love child is a supreme being. Because both parents love each other, so they are vibrating on a high frequency. So that child, and that's why you can tell, like the young lady I met in the library in college, and said that children, whose parents love each other have a different look than any other child. Now, this was before I read Linda Goldman's book. I was fascinated by that, so I didn't know how to go about studying it, but I never forgot it. That was fascinating. Love children. Mommy and daddy were in love, and they were conceived in love. When Oprah said this, And Linda Goldman said it. Linda Goldman said it differently, and Oprah said it differently. But they said the same thing a different way, and the lights came on. And my mind went back to what my friend said, that she wants all her children to be conceived in love, as they are on a different frequency. Linda Goldman had said it, compared it to the colors in the rainbow and the musical scale. The note that causes the hair on the back of your neck to stand up or to make you shiver, that's the frequency, the note your body vibrates to. That's the note you're on. And the color that you are attracted to is the frequency in which you are on. Now, excuse me, what does this have to do with anything? Well, there's the universal law of like is drawn to like. So if in the Empress Club, we are both operating on a high level. But to operate on a high level, you as a person have to operate on a high level. And the universal law says like is drawn to like. So you can't be on a third grade level and trying to pull down from the universe PhD stuff. Water seeks its balance. So we need people to be on a high frequency. A perfect example of what I'm trying to say is the radio. If you wish to listen to a certain station, let's say that plays jazz, and you turn to the channel that plays rock and roll. You turn to the channel, let's say jazz is on 98.5. Rock and roll is on 101.7. Is the radio wrong when you turn to 107 and get rock and roll even though you wish to hear jazz? No, you have it at the wrong frequency. You have to be tuned in to the same frequency. That's the principle of the universe. Now the divine frequency, so that you can pull in high level experiences, because like is drawn to like, and the saying, as above so below, as within so without. You want to be existing on a high frequency. Hence the divine frequency. You want to be on the frequency of divinity. And what is that? I understood this. This came to mind when I always said it, now I started saying it. What communion had light with darkness? And then I realized light and darkness are two different frequencies. In the Bible, it says, let your light shine for all men to see. So that tells me the divine frequency is everything that has to do with the light. Being honest, character, good character, having morals, principles, integrity. These are things that you have to live your life with, till you resonate at that frequency. I was fascinated with alchemy, and I can't remember if it was Vera Adler or the Cameron lady, Julia Cameron, who said that changing lead to gold was not what the scientists mistook that for, literally it was speaking spiritually. You can raise your frequency. Lead is considered, gold is considered divine, so lead has to be the opposite. So to go from lead to divine, you had to conduct yourself in a certain manner. Like take for example, a thief has a certain frequency. Someone sneaky has a certain frequency. Someone that tells lies has a certain frequency. And the converse is true. Someone that's honest, upfront, straightforward, hardworking, possesses a different frequency. So the experiences in life are different. And the thing is, you cannot help who your parents are, so you may not be born at a high frequency. But you can decide how to conduct yourself. And you could raise land to gold by living a life of principles, morals, values, and having character and conducting yourself with integrity. And this is why I love the Japanese, I don't call it mysticism, but Bushido, the way of the warrior. That you're to conduct yourself in a certain manner. That you must be honorable. That's what made me fall in love with the Japanese. They would die first for their honor. Even after disgracing themselves, they'd rather die than to live in the shame. Excuse me. And in the Empress Club, to be on the divine frequency means you conduct yourself with honor. That even if it comes down to the choice between dishonoring yourself and death, you gladly choose death. You'd rather die first than to dishonor yourself, disgrace yourself. And remember, the universal law, like is drawn to like. So you conduct yourself as within, as within, so without. As above, so below. You attract that to you which you are. And the Empress Club is about top tier existence. Now to be in this club, you have to be vibrating on the divine frequency. You must be a person with honor. You must have character. You must have morals. You must have principles. Like the saying I heard a lot going on. Anything goes, does not go. And this is why the Bible said, I never understood it. I understood it, but I didn't understand it. Until just now, when I was doing this. Righteousness exalts a nation. I misunderstood it. I knew what it meant, but I misunderstood. You raises the frequency. Righteousness exalts a nation. And if you are not living a righteous life, you're not vibrating at the divine frequency, and you're not welcome. I'm sorry. You only need one educated man for 1,000 uneducated men. So we only need one man with a divine frequency. That's all that's needed. So if you're going to be here, you better be working on your divine frequency. And that's it. I'll see you later. And while you're on that note, the reason for that is, the next chapter, we're going to be talking about luck. And that was the universal law of like is drawn to like. See you later, gentlemen. Thank you for your time. Excuse me. And I appreciate it. Now, if you offended, I'm sorry. But this is not a play thing. Like I said, this club is Empress Club is about taking boys to man to leaders, leaders, agents of change, and shapers of destiny. The circus is over there. I didn't say you can't go. It's over there. Here, the serious business. You could go over here, but if you're here, be about business. Thank you. Chapter 9 will be on luck. See you in a bit. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.